Who can talk with the females better? Who can eat more French fries?
The boys are back. The boys are back in town. We welcome you to a new episode of TWI. I'm your host, Ike, with an unreal crew. We got Big Bet Barter on the bottom, Jared above him, David Big D3 Youngs, and then myself. First, I do want to start out this episode. Last week, we did not have David Big D3 Youngs in attendance, and we had his brother, Jeffrey G Money Youngs, in attendance. He was absolutely slamming you.
I think Big D3 Youngs, that's right where you expected him to be. Like, he's just not a winner, bro. He's just not a winner.
Oh my, wow.
What do you have to say about that?
I'll say this, Jeffrey may be better at betting than me. Let's have a contest to see who can write a better article, a better cover letter. Who can give a speech better? Who can talk with the females better? Who can eat more French fries? Who is a better driver? Who is a safer driver? Who was the better high school tennis player? Who is the better fisherman?
You sound like Richard Sherman talking to Skip Bayless right now.
And that's my final point. I am better at life than you, Jeffrey. I am better at life than you. I don't give a what you say.
The fact that Jeffrey roasted you and your comeback is that Jeffrey gets no
That was one component. That was one component of it. And I would not even say it's the most important. I would say the most important is I'm better at life than him.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, though, Jeffrey didn't even hit the bet, right? So that...
Well, technically, he didn't put a bet. I'm going to give him benefit of the doubt just because I put it on the spot right then and there. But, I mean, I think let's make it interesting this week. I think we should just bring Jeffrey in here. So we got guest star Jeffrey G Money Youngs, an absolute redeeming himself this week. So we got a big nice guest crew.
Hey, nice hat, tree humper.
It's actually Smokey the Bear. You know why? Because my bets are going to be so on fire that it's going to start a wildfire day.
Wow.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
That was so funny, man.
Do you want to say all that stuff to my face?
Oh,
yeah. Wait, no. Okay, first off, I got to say this. So anytime I go like anything over 7 over on the interstate, David's like, you don't want to pull you over for anything over 7 over.
Yeah,
well, haven't gotten pulled over. No, like
all I can say is Jeffrey is a dangerous and reckless person. I can remember vividly. Jeffrey was probably 6 or 7. I was in my mature age, but Jeffrey was pissed about me because I probably didn't flush the toilet or something. He takes a Jeffrey the giraffe flush animal toy that has a battery box in it, and he full Euro steps me in the chest with that shit, and I have a scar to this day. And because of that, I don't, the good Lord says to forgive. The only thing that I forgive are the sorrows of the people that have to interact with him on a daily basis.
I mean, I'm literally in the middle of brotherly beef right now.
Well, I mean, I'll give this to you. David is a much better writer than me, and he does help me write.
Oh, it's so soft. You're a better accountant than me, even though I made it farther in math than you in high school.
But I'll tell you this. Is writing sports articles going to triple your money, or is hitting a sports bet going to triple your money? Clearly for you, it's not hitting a sports bet.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you, I took some time off. We just finished the All-Star break for baseball. I took a week off, a sabbatical, you could call it.
Well, your sports betting has been on an all-star break all year long.
Yeah.
I want to let our fans and our community know that I received some criticism at the mid-year break. I took that personally and deeply into heart. So I took some time. I went to MGM, got a loan. I got 3 new credit cards, and I did a little practice. So I got a little extra reps under my belt, and I think I'm ready to go.
Before we get into our feature match of the week, let's go over the rules of betting. The boys will put $10, $20, or $30 on the bet of their choice. All types of bets welcome, and the winner at the end of the year wins a '69 Chevy. The levy must be dry in order to win. Before we get into those bets, let's hear from Eric and Matt about their bets because they couldn't make the episode this week. Great job, guys. Great job.
I'm going to take the Davidovich Fokina money line. He's kind of a feisty player. I think he gets it done. I'm going to go $10 on that bet. Stick with my small bet pattern in comparison to big bet Bart. And we'll go from there.
Gonna take the over on sets. I think this goes 3. Both just absolute warriors out there. Great movers. I think it ends up being a really long match. In order to turn my losing streak around, I've decided to wear the Tiger Woods red in an effort to get out of this ice cold streak. Tiger didn't lose much in red, and hopefully that can translate to me as well this week because yeah, I need it. It's definitely a David Young's like streak I'm on right now.
I'm going to get into the betting up for the week. I'm going to start her off. I'm going Alejandro Davidovich Fokina money line. I'm pretty confident he's going to win this one. Both of these guys are clay court specialists. Musetti just doesn't and hasn't won big matches in his career yet. I wouldn't say this is a big match just because it is just a 500-point ATP tourney against Fokina. He's not a Djokovic or a Nadal or anything like that, but he's a great player on clay. So I'm going Alejandro Davidovich Fokina money line minus 150. I'm putting $20 on it. It is $20 to win 1340. Nothing too crazy. I'm kind of on a little bit of a skid right now, so I need to stop that skid. So I'm doing that for my bet. David, what do you got for your bet this week?
Absolutely. Well, this is a special tournament for me as a very German individual. Played in the heart of Hamburg at Rothenbaum Tennis Center. I definitely knew that, did not look it up. But hey, clay court season, you got 2 clay court players here between Davidovich Fokina and Musetti. As you mentioned earlier, Ike, Davidovich Fokina, nice win over Joker earlier this year. He's 23. Musetti is 20. 2 young guns on the tour. That being said, this is their first time playing each other. I got to go with Davidovich Fokina here. He's got more experience. He's got, just having those big wins is a confidence builder. So I'm going to take the under on total games. At 19 total games, I believe the spread is 22.5. We're going to go my guy, Davidovich Fokina, winning 3 and 4. I'd like to put $20. Please.
$20 to win 1780. I like that, David. David's feeling confident. He said he was doing a little bit of research before this one, so I'm liking the bet.
They say please bet responsibly. I think this is a responsible bet.
Jared, what do you got for this week?
Lack of familiarity for me on both parts here, and actually lack of familiarity among these 2 players. Right, this will be their first time matching up, I believe. I had the joy of watching Alejandro Davidovich Fokina play at the Western and Southern last year in person. I like his play style. He's fun. He's energetic. And it was really, I was glad to see him kind of moving up the ranks this year with that big win over Joker. I could see this match being kind of just like kind of figure it out as they go, maybe back and forth type of action. So I'm going to take, I think it might go to 3, to be honest. And if it does get finished in 2, then I would imagine both sets would be pretty close. Either way, I'm going to shift the total game line up. I'm going to shift it all the way up to 25.5. I'm going to be a little conservative here. And then I'm going to take the under on that. So under 25.5 games. I think that's minus 180. I'm going to put $30 down on that bet. Trying to be a little conservative, but also got to keep myself in the positive here. Now that I've got the taste of what it feels like to be out of the negatives, out of the gutter, I want to stay above. So I feel like I'm going to take a fairly safe bet, bump the total games up, and then take the under on that for $30.
$30 to win 1680. You had your first glimpse of that positive last week. Now you're a negative $3. So right there, I'm kind of on the opposite side of you. I think I'm plus $3. So yeah, I like that bet too. Jeffrey G Money, new guest. We love that. We had you last week. We're going to give you the benefit of the doubt last week just because I literally just asked you on the spot what you wanted to do. Didn't have any time to research. So this is your first week. We'll throw you on the leaderboard after maybe a couple of weeks, but what's your bet for the week, Jeffrey?
All right. First off, I do just have to give a disclaimer. I am an NCAA athlete, so I'm not betting actual money here. Just in case anybody sees.
Right. Coach Valentini.
My
brother is not betting money.
My bet is I'm taking the over on games here. I agree with Jared. Like he said, that they've never seen each other before, so I feel like chances are they're gonna go back and forth. A lot of holds of serve.
That's a great thought too, because I didn't really think about that. But yeah, when you don't necessarily know how to play someone, sometimes you kind of stick to your basics. You don't really go out of your wheelhouse. How much do you want to put on that bet?
Let's put $20 on it.
$20. So we got the over at 22.5. It's exact minus 113 for over and under. So it's $20 to win 1780.
Yeah.
I'm liking that too. It's a good bet.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Jeffrey, can you put those shades back on for a second?
Yeah. What's up?
Did you forget to put on your Axe body spray?
No. Wait 1 second here though. I have it somewhere.
Pulling out your silly bands?
The only silly bands here are going to be how many silly bands G Money has after he hits his bet.
You know what they say.
What do they
What do
say?
they say?
You know what they say. They call me G Money for a reason. And it ain't because I lose bets.
All right, Carter, what's your bet?
All right. I don't know who the betting on this week. This is ridiculous. We couldn't find a more interesting match than this.
I mean,
Disrespect towards these two guys. Like, come on, like get some wins to your name. I don't give a these guys are ranked. I've never heard of them, and I'm an avid tennis fan. What are we doing on this channel? Anyway, my bet, I'm taking the over on sets because I don't think these guys even know who the playing. It's going to be a tight match. I'm taking Waluigi on the right. But
dude, Alejandro Davidovich Fokina beat Djokovic this year, and he got to the finals of the Rolex Masters in Monte Carlo. He ended up losing it to Tsitsipas, but and then Musetti's like a solid up and comer too, 20 years old.
That's so cool, man. Thanks for sharing.
I think he just spawned, and you guys are all out to get me with this shit. This guy doesn't actually exist.
All right, let's briefly go over the rankings for the year. Carter, Big Bet Barter is in first place. He did take an L last week with a $30 loss, but he's still in the lead by around $3 above Eric. Then we have myself in third, just barely above even. We got Jared in fourth, super close to me. And then Matt and David both have been going on a little bit of a losing streak.
Hey, it might be like what happened to David, went on a little negative streak and now he's trying to avoid us. Might take that little penalty there. I mean, you never know. Things start to spiral.
On the money chain too.
There's the money chain.
This is 14 karat gold, by the way.
So we got weeks at number one. Matt's still in first. He went on that super long streak at the beginning of the season. Eric went on a nice streak kind of that middle of the season, and Carter has won the last 2 weeks. The biggest bet award, our new saver metric, as Carter loves to talk about them. And this is kind of his metric here. He's won 2 of the biggest bets this year, week 12 and week 19, both with $96 bets and $72 bets. Jared with the third biggest bet, also in that week 19. I am fourth, and then Eric is fifth. David, you were a close 6. I think yours was a $30 bet, very close to that. But you did not make the saber metric here.
I'm hungry.
Well, let's wrap it up there. Yeah.